Hello, this is Jer. This is the Nightmare series of Oxygen Not Included. I'm on the radioactive ocean asteroid that is metal poor and has a frozen core. Absolutely terrible place to be. As if it wasn't bad enough, all the game settings are on the maximum hardness, and we don't have teleportation or care packages. Enjoy! Welcome back. I am starting with removal of hydrogen and oxygen in this room. So we're going to put a little filter here. Maybe we'll put it up in this zone. Send the gas up here. If it's carbon dioxide, we can send it back down. How about we do that right like there in a high pressure vent. If it's oxygen, we'll just send it out, or hydrogen. We'll send it out right there. That will start that going. Got a thimble reed there. We're working on more sleet wheat down here. And I want to send some natural gas and hydrogen. Fortunately, we've got a mix of natural gas and hydrogen. See, the natural gas is sitting there. Hydrogen is everywhere else. So that needs to be pumped out and filtered. So my thinking is I will send a pipe down here. We've got to connect that, and I want to make an infinite storage area. I figure for both these things, around this area would be pretty good, but as you can see, there's lots of salt water that's kind of in the way. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to insulate, first of all, this area. So I keep my carbon dioxide separate from what's going to eventually be a much colder area. But then I'm going to come down here with lots of rovers. Maybe get a rover here pretty soon, as well as some of the dupes. And we're going to dig along here. And continue to go out this way. Because the idea is I want to then dig up. Try to block it off this and have all this liquid fall out of the way. It's a pretty warm liquid. Well, yeah, it's warm. I'd rather get it out of the way. It'll cool down when it's down here. Just want to make sure I don't get cross with this zone. So let's do this. Oh, yeah, I see. So we're filtering here for carbon dioxide. And I will go get a rover. Be a little bit of a theme for this episode, at least the beginning of this episode. I'm going to clean the gases around here. So if I detect hydrogen, I will send it here. And if it's carbon dioxide, we'll push it out into here. Need some power for this to run. Disconnect this right here. So I'm just hoping to remove the last little remaining hydrogen that's made its way up here. Probably don't need both these operating. Maybe we'll try just having one to do this effort. So here is this pump running. It's taking oxygen, hydrogen, any carbon dioxide is being thrown down. So essentially this is just going to push the carbon dioxide up so that these guys will be able to breathe it. Check the temperature of this room. It's getting warm. Now, oh, we have an adult now. Now, here's the thing I'm trying to avoid. Long hair larva egg. If it's between 20 and 60 degrees, the probability increases. Well, it's 70 right in this zone. So I'm thinking that's not going to happen. Molten larva, if it's between 100 and 250, that gets to happen. So because I've got this line going, and over, it may take some time, because if my cooling doesn't want it, this isn't going to run. I'm not in any rush. As long as they stay their original type, I'm satisfied. I didn't put in the automation for the eggs. Let's make sure we do that. So I want to have to decide. Definitely, if you've got the molten... I don't know if, let's go here, critter eggs. Maybe I haven't seen it yet, so therefore, yeah, that makes sense. So the normal larva eggs will be brought in here. This is going to say if we are below 10, then open the door like it is right now. Fantastic. This guy can reach that, so that's going to dump that there. Then you've got this setup. And this is going to take the slicker and drop them off here. Oh, adult type. And I'll just up the priority of both. Incubates. Oh, get back here, rancher. Yep, puff prince egg I got last episode. I think this is the second round of doing that. Have a look. It's at 35% so far. I'm going to stop dropping any eggs off here anymore. Move this guy up. It's probably time now to do another one of these. Fantastic. Let's make sure I choose hydrogen here. Go up, check how we're doing. Very little oxygen. Hydrogen way up here. That is good. That could we could probably live with that, but I'll do a little bit more filtering. Maybe we can get it all to carbon dioxide. I meant to take this automation off. Now that we're at this point, I'll just keep an eye on these two setups. So hopefully we will get just carbon dioxide here. And over here, maybe we've even achieved it. Hold on. I do not see... Oh, just the smallest piece of oxygen. That's probably not going to be there for very long. If it decides to be really annoying, I'll just leave it. I think we can at least start pushing in some more carbon dioxide. I think that was it. Let's get rid of this. And that. What about down here? Okay, so the automation, what is the holdup? Oh, max pressure. Okay, well, yeah. Maybe I have to wait for the infinite hydrogen and natural gas storage. So we've done some digging down here. That's good. Plan is to dig up from here. Actually, so yeah, we'll go down like this. Maybe we'll go across like that. Now it's going to take a bit to get down there and dig up. I'm wondering if I should actually cancel that. We'll dig down from where the dupes can get into a little bit easier. And then we'll seal this off later. Maybe we'll try that out. It is party time on the base. So I've been pumping oxygen in here, and I don't want my sleet weed to go bad. I do want to keep a little bit of sleet weed available for these guys. So what I'm thinking of doing is, let's see, do I have a spot here where this... ideally, I could have a sweep-only sleet wheat fridge that could put stuff in there, but because I don't have that, maybe the best stuff is just to move this over and check that we've got cooking ingredients. Select both of those so they'll be brought in here so it won't go bad. I'll do the same thing with the other seeds. It might be an idea. My goal here was to push the natural gas down. Hold on. If I was thinking of putting carbon dioxide in. That might not be a good idea for the time being. We'll just make sure we get rid of the sleet wheat when it's possible. Another spot for the pips to plant. Okay, I don't know how many critters oh, hold on. 44. What? Let's double check this logic here. Oh, I have to get through all the pips. Critter sorter. If it's below 10, I don't know why we got so many of those. Another round incubating the prince egg. It's out. Let this dupe out. We're at 72%. Instead of wrangling, it might be slightly easier just to move the egg up here. Making a little bit of progress on this ladder. I think I'm going to take this out now. I'm going to essentially connect this into this setup like that. We managed to get up to almost 90 degrees. So now we're starting to remove the last little bit of hydrogen that's up here as we burn it in our hydrogen generators. So I had the prince egg dropped here, but forgot the auto sweepers move it over here. This guy moves it over here. So here it is. Prince puff egg currently at 86%. Going to make a change over in this system. So let's get rid of these critters, which are just in the process of starving anyway. Plus all the equipment. The plan is to put the egg switching or management system up one. Because if I can do that, then I can convert this to a glossy stable, and I can put some natural bristle blossoms right here. I need a little bit of space away from these guys. Then I can make a stable without any wild, and then I can put some wild plants down here. I don't want to have this area to be heated up anymore. So I was growing some plants down here, so this whole setup of sending liquid around probably doesn't make any sense anymore. So that's going to be the end of that. Add some insulation on these tiles. Do not see much hydrogen here anymore. So I think we'll be able to turn this pump off pretty soon. In fact, carbon, 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 that is it. Okay, so I finally have separated these two gases. There's a little polluted oxygen. Ooh, where's that that's going to be sent back. Actually, ideally, if we can trap that, can get that polluted oxygen out of there. Here we are. So we've got oh, I've never done analysis on these guys. Why not? Scientists can work on that at some point. Just open the area a little bit for carbon dioxide. We've got pieces of carbon dioxide here. Might want to fill that in. Just 2 more pieces to go right here anyway. We can start going up. I would like to minimize disruption, so I'm going to do this as quick as possible. And then return these guys up here. I see an egg, which auto sweepers can't reach anymore. Let's just throw that down there. Putting a door right here just to avoid splashback. Here is scientist doing some analysis for us. With this door in, we can give the orders. Start dropping that liquid. Here we go. Start building a ladder up that way. That liquid's making its way down here. Look at the temperature profile. It's not taking long, I'm sure, to cool down. That is that. Just make sure we get every bit of it out. We'll keep going till we make our way here where the last bit of it should make its way around like that. We've got some liquid chlorine. That's right, dig that out so that gets out of the way as well. So this is just making room for future construction, including our infinite storage of natural gas and hydrogen. Curious if it's going to actually make its way here or turn to ice. So this is minus 124, 20 degrees. So I was thinking another option is just to pump it here, which would ultimately put it in my infinite water storage. But that would just take so long. I want to get over there pretty quickly. Let's make this the priority. You see a young puff prince, pufflet right there. We're going to move them in this area as quickly as possible. Got some polluted oxygen starting to build up in here, which I'm sure these guys will appreciate. Veterinarian is wrangling this critter. and transporting them over. So the thinking is, with this guy in here, it's now penned with a puff prince. I don't know if that pufflet is included in that, but this guy will come of age, and then I'll get an increase of other types, squeaking dense puffs. We've got this area here which is pretty thick with hydrogen, so I think it makes sense to build this and start directing that towards this area here, so we can get that out of the way. So ideally, I don't want that to leak all through the base. That will need some power. And we'll seal it off here soon. Ideally before we go up there, actually. Currently have a 7% chance of each of these types. I think there is a good chance we're going to be hit with hydrogen bomb. I'm going to try to limit this somewhat by closing off this area so we can pump this out. But if we continue to go up, the hydrogen is actually pushing this way down. It's so intense in there. But we'll seal this off and we'll go up and just deal with it. There is a bit of room up here. And we do have a pump up here, which is ultimately going to take it out. We don't have an infinite store of hydrogen, but we're going to be setting up pretty soon. See, a single piece of hydrogen. So here's another way of dealing with it. Just going to destroy this. Starting the process of pumping the hydrogen out there, we can now make our way up here. More liquid on the way down. So we'll continue going up to get rid of... Oh, let's also dig that out so we can get all of it out of the way. So now that I've got that piece of hydrogen there, let's just put a regular tile right there and trap it. In the disruption here, I'm noticing that these guys are crowded. There's one extra. So we will certainly take care of that. Look to see if I see any of these critters that are elderly. Otherwise, I'll just take one at random. I'm going to aim to move this area up here. I'm going to limit this. Let's lock this thing. It is going to get more time to go down this direction. But every time we do this, we're leaking hydrogen, which ultimately is going to go in the base once we open this up. We only have a couple more tiles to go. And here we go. With that little spot of water. And the rovers can do this little section because it's just sand. Currently we have about 11, 17 degrees. So this is actually taking a little bit of the heat in the area away once we get in here. Though I'm not really worried about that. I'm more worried about the immense amount of hydrogen. I'm wondering if it would be smart to keep... Oh, stop. Okay, I can see a piece of liquid being right here. Just as an extra caution, let's put another tile here, because this is going to be a liquid airlock. I can put a pump here. We open this up a little bit. Allow that hydrogen to flow up. We can pump it out instead of having it go and possibly choke out the base. I think that would be a smart thing to do. But this is at least allowing us to complete our goal. Actually, maybe hold off on there. We're really depending on a piece of liquid being right there. But that's okay. So now that we've got that hydrogen trapped, all we need to do is build right there. Looking further up, we also have a liquid airlock here, which we want to keep intact. So if hydrogen does escape in this way, it's not really going to matter, which is nice to know. Okay, let's put in that pump up here. It's going to be sending hydrogen into this guy. We will send some power to that. I guess there isn't, given the fact that this whole setup, I guess there's no real point in separating these two. But I'll hold that for now. Water is starting to fill up here. Might want to dig this out a little bit. So I do want to get this out of the way so this area stays cool. I think we already need more space. So yeah, the salt water has made it here. One thing I don't like about this setup, I guess I have the rovers doing a lot of the work, so maybe I shouldn't be worried, but the travel time is a bit of an issue to get to this location. If I had a liquid airlock here, it wouldn't be an issue. I don't want to open this door. I've got 43 and 50. Yeah, I mean, it's not the biggest difference. What would, Though it's not 50 everywhere. It's only half that up here. I think it is time to make some temporary atmo suits with a liquid airlock. Let's put a design like this together. Find some salt water. I guess I have to wait for that to be built. So I want to seal this area. We'll do that later, actually. Let's get in our checkpoint suit right there. Open this up a bit. Actually, why don't we bring this up a little? Or even over here. Okay, we do not want to go into this zone unless we take this in a different path. Well, let's do something slightly different. So we've increased 10%, even though this isn't an adult. So I guess a prince is a prince regardless of what age it's at. Oh, 18% now. Let's go over to see if I've got any eggs. Nothing yet. Got one prince egg there. Loot glum. Oh, let's up the priority. Yeah, definitely. Same deal down here. Where are you? You're groomed. But I'll up that just in case. What are you? Cobalt. Let's change that. What are you? Gold amalgam. Gold amalgam should be fine, actually. I'll change. Actually, hold on. Cancel destruction. There is an option to go to material. Change material. Gold amalgam. Order rebuild. There we go. This will cause a little bit of a leak, but we're still running with electrolyzers in the base, so I'm not too worried. We need to send some oxygen in this direction. See sleet weed again, so let's make sure we've got that selected, because it would be sad to see that go bad. Bring that up to where this auto sweeper can reach. And here is some sleet wheat being thrown on the ground. Auto sweeper's not going to let it stay there. Just putting it in here, which ultimately gets in our deep freeze. I think now is the time to act. Create a barrier right, maybe right there. With the idea I want to separate these two zones where tubes wear Atmos suits. See, that's going to be an issue, isn't it? Where are you going? You don't want to be trapped. Yes, there's time for doing that later. Engineer, really. Need you to move on this side. At the same time, we're building these. Let's see about creating a few more suits. Let's see. Put in that liquid airlock here soon. $60 kilograms. Let's go with one that's with a little bit less. So we've got these Atmos suits ready. We're putting some salt water right here. Just make sure that gets emptied before we go any further. Got the bottle being emptied now. So we've got a piece of liquid there. Vacuum right here. So let's continue going down. This is now giving us a path. Make sure we've got this blocked off. We do, okay. Just to be sure. Let's do that. And this. So that we know that ice doesn't melt. Though it is pretty cool, but we've got this warmer water, salt water around. Now I can finally come up with a design for my infinite storage of natural gas and hydrogen. I think we're going to do that generally in this area, so I'll start off by carving out this zone. But it is nice to know not only the dupes can get through this area, but the rovers as well. Check over here, the last three of this floor for sleet wheat. He's included jerk, trying to move that out of the way, just so we can keep this pure hydrogen. Though I think I'm going to filter when I put into this. Definitely going to be filtered when I put into this anyway. So for powering these guys, just for future proofing, we're going to heavy wires, though they may not ever be needed in the end. It's just easier to do this now than later. I need to put the logic here for sending gas in. So we've got this and this. And then we've got preferred direction, like this, going up. I just need to decide which is going to be hydrogen, which one is going to be natural gas. A little bit of mopping up, and I can fix that salt water over here. I see this one already has some. 17 grams, maybe we want a little bit more, just in case. So each of these gas areas is going to have both shut. Oh, that's right. Hold on. Yeah, it'll have a shut off like this. So we're going to be sending the gas in. Anything that's not one of these two things will be sent out here, though I don't expect that for this first case anyway. We're going to be detecting what element this is here and here. How do we put this in? Don't necessarily have to have heavy wire on this side of it, but just so we get a power going through. Doing a little bit of cleaning up just before we seal this whole place up. Find more salt water to put in here. What do we get over here? Piece there. So we can go up to 20k. And we currently have salt water for 2 grams. Oh, that's right. I forgot to empty this. Let's put in a little bit of the automation wiring. Connect here, and we'll connect here. Oh, who's in trouble? Whoa, what happened? Were you attacked by this guy? Injuries paralyzing. Seriously? Oh. Was not prepared for this situation. Alright. Well, let's urgently build this. Wow. Wow, this is this is not good. Chef is down there. The critter that I guess attacked them is gone, so that's not an issue, but definitely should have had one of these on the base just in case. I've been way too comfortable with the idea of not having one. Come on, veterinarian. Get this together. That is assigned to chef, obviously. Let's give a light access to whoever's going to be helping them out. The rest of that automation wire can go away. They're still down here. Will a rover pick them up? Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? Alright, I should say apologies if you can hear the rain. I'm working under a metal roof today. But this is just hilarious. Oh my god. Well, the downside to this is the rover is slow. But there we are. Chef being saved by a rover. And they're immediately wanting to find a washroom and some food. They also have, let's not forget, because they were carried. Oh, that's right. If a dupe is carried by that, they're still wearing their suit. So chef, and take that off. So just in case the rovers and dupes don't have anything to do, I'm moving this setup over here. Pretty much the same, except for I'm taking advantage, or just switching this a little bit to what I normally do by putting the pickup right there, just so I can fit everything in that little spot. Down here, we are working on this, so I will get the salt water to be emptied. I'm going to get this critter to move up here so they don't get sealed in his little space. Do some sweeping, but for this and this. Oh. Now I gotta make sure that I don't have things be swept everywhere else. Otherwise that could be a lot of work. What about the bottom of the base? I have to take you through some great comments from Cedric. First of all, some sad news. I had put some Sweetles in here, and I do not see them anymore, probably because they starved. Can't remember. Now, the idea was to attend to these guys, but I forgot this is sitting in there, so one of the dupes would have groomed them. They would have starved because there's no food source. Pip is happy in there, though, because they can eat this thimbleweed. So that's one thing. The other thing is, the understanding is that the comfortable level, actually, you know, for these guys, and maybe for all critters, versus what their livable range is makes no difference. So that being the case, and I'm willing to test this out, I'm going to move a few of these just to different locations where I've got, oh, now I maybe have to raise those doors if I want to put it there. Okay, let's make sure I have no stables, right? No, we don't have a stable in here, or grooming station. Okay, I didn't select the pit. Oh, right. Yeah, that is your another comment is that's not selected, but I'm not actually ready to onboard pips yet. But I do have to manually do that whenever so I need one here, and I need 4 there. So I'll go in and grab 5 of these guys. So once this stables move, I will no longer have to do this. It's 3, 4, I think. I've got 5 there. Oh, but I do now have this ready to go. I think this is maybe because I changed the metal. But I want to make sure I got the slicker. Bring that priority back up. So that's that. On the rocket, they mentioned that this guy here needs carbon dioxide or non-oxygen anyways on both tiles. That's not happening at the moment, so... Oh, speaking of which, I'm not actually intending there to be any food. I forgot. Okay, auto sweeper's going to take that out, put it down there. Okay, while we're currently... Now, I've got to remember to turn that back on, though, before we leave. But a good comment here was use this little guy to disable this when we're back home. So I will do that. I will put it in right there. So thank you so much for these suggestions. I love when I get great advice like this. So let me go back over here. And we'll put that right there. I just need to configure this once it's built. The other advice, and this is not something I would have thought, but it's just brilliant. When these things shoot off, they release carbon dioxide in the air. Why not pump that back up and possibly reuse that? So I'm going to make a note to try that sometime. Hopefully soon. So I've got this sensor here. I want to basically say only... Oh, Maybe it makes sense to do a not. Basically, I want it to not be active when I'm home. So I'll put that through a not gate. I think that would help, at least with this particular situation where when I'm home and dupes are dropping off critters on the rocket. Gonna drop a Sweetle off right there. I might as well. I probably have some pips that are ready to plant something else. We'll destroy these doors, might rebuild them in a different design. Just want to make sure that now that I'm trying Sweetles out, I want to make sure they can cross the path. Got some salt water, gonna empty that one. So I want to make sure that I've got less than 20 kilograms between these two. So when I add that up clearly and blow that. Over here, we are a little bit low, but just waiting for that bottle to be open. I guess we can seal off this area right here. And when I'm going to store natural gas in this first one. Hydrogen over here, so I need to pump out, make this a vacuum. So when I get the hydrogen, or when I get natural gas in there, it's purely just natural gas. Now I'm going to have several pumps operating over here, so I think I need a dedicated circuitry for all that. Let's see, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4... Maybe even we'll put all this on it as well. So let's put a double transformer somewhere. I just have to figure out where that is. Obviously close to my heavy watt wire line. I think what I'll do is I'll put 2 transformers right here. Might move some of this stuff over. That being the case. Let's take this line like this. I think that hydrogen generator, if I want, yeah, I'll have to get that, take that out. How many do we have? We've got quite a few. We've got 2 here. Let's plus. I have to remember the power production here. Let's take one out. Always push it further back. Make sure I reroute some of this logic so it doesn't interfere with the transformers. Oh, that's a smart battery. Yeah, we need to definitely make sure we keep that. I'll move that over. Well, this was quick work. Let's see if we can get some liquid in there. That would be salt water if I did that. Which I guess is fine. Let's go ahead. So I might as well keep the same settings. I can just go like this. And copy setting here. Copy settings. And copy settings. We should be good to go. Just need to wait for that water. Dupes are actually looking for something to do, so yeah, I will definitely give you a project. How about we try this out? What would a good space area look like? How about we go with checkered pattern? It's hard to tell how far I'm supposed to go. I'll go a little bit further than I think I need. And I think the advice here is carbon dioxide obviously falls down. So I'm thinking, let's open up this area. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that might make radiation become a thing, so we'll continue to fill this in as I dig down. I'm going to copy the settings here. We will take this out. Let's also get rid of the automation wire along that path. So at some point, we will have 2 transformers. I'm going to be sending this. This is also something I had learned from Cedric. You can go through these things. So I will do that in this particular case. Now I want to make this get down here. Guess this should not be too bad, actually. I'm going to connect into this, and I will power... Yeah, why not all that, all of this? We're basically just splitting this circuit into a few things. Now I've got all of this set up to be... or that's connected heavy watt wire system, but I don't actually intend it to be that way for the moment. But I could always upgrade it around without having to change the inside. I've got to now seal this up. Oh, wait. Did I do the pipes? Oh, I did. Okay, whew. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. If I have forgotten something like that, now is the time. So up here, oh, I've got, let's just get rid of some of this stuff. Rover down. What is happening there? That must have been a little bit... How much? Maybe it looks worse than it is. Still. Okay. I should have been watching that. Yeah, it's moppable, so it looks a little bit worse than it is, but it's not great. I guess we're gonna be mopping for the next little bit, dupes. And throw in my 2 transformers now. Put one here, one there. Lots of mopping up to do from that little spill. Whoops. Have we planted everything? There is this guy here tending to the that, but yes, we have. Okay, so I've got one more shelf. I've got to move this down here. And I will put some of these in. What else do we need? We need the actual sleet wheat. Pretty certain I removed all the seeds. I don't see any seeds in there. Ah, sleet wheat. Well then, I will have to go grab it from in here. How much do I need? 3, 6, 9, 12, 16, 18? Ah, that's right, because when I dropped off an 18 from one of those guys, they used every single piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this for 18. I'm going to select sleet wheat. They'll be dropped, or I have to wait for that to go in there. I'll drop it on there, and then I'll click here. Boom. Move this over to this zone. And do that. High priority. Once I get this power connected, just check on these two transformers. They are created, so I am now going to split this right here. Cut that right there, or destroy that. Okay, so that gives me access to that. That. So once this is connected, the first thing I want to do is create a vacuum here. I want to push the hydrogen that's there into here. So we will do essentially this. Oh, and just in case we get some other material than hydrogen and natural gas, it can just go out there. Let's fill these 2 tiles in, or 4 tiles in. So I currently have my carbon dioxide line there. Let's perhaps reroute that to go over by 1. Gotta change this whole system so that I get these critters dropped off here. So let's change this for drop off right there. And we're going to be changing the conveyor line a little bit. So instead of dropping stuff off here, we'll go... Actually, maybe I'll just plan this out now. We don't have any power here. I just realized that that's going to be connected like that. Gonna put a drop off right there. That's where eggs are gonna go. As soon as that's built, I'll destroy this one. The other thing we've got to get connected if we want to move this is take this automation and oh no. No. Okay, let's just do this one quick, I guess. We want to connect that. Okay, yeah, that one's easy. I did not think of this. Ha ha ha. Why could I not just move this door over? I think, yeah, that would work. That would work, right? And then if I did that, okay. Alright, fair enough. Okay, so that's the automation layer. Okay, so this pump is going. We're taking that hydrogen up and around. It should not be going in here. It should definitely be stored in here. Let's have a look, speed things up just a little bit. Yep, bypassing that. Detected it here. And going in there. What are we at? 7 point something. Quickly getting down. Fantastic. With this area here set up, I'm now going to... Final egg is being dropped off at the old location. We are now instead going to be going to the new location, which is there. So I have to think about this. That can be claimed back, so can that. We can get rid of this, so that's going to stop sending eggs over here and here. Leave that for now until this becomes populated, but I'm going to get new eggs here. Did I not copy critter sensor? Copy settings. Copy settings is going to be the same for both. That should open the doors. There we are. Okay. So as soon as the new eggs start arriving, they're going to be dropped off over here. These guys, I don't see why they can't just hang out there for the time being. If there was an easy way to move them all up, maybe I would, but I'm not. We'll see how this works out. Okay, this is exciting. We have a vacuum in here, which means I can start the process of loading in some of my stuff here, which I have been wanting to do for quite a while. Let's just make a tile right there. So we'll continue to... So actually I want, don't I, a two-way tile sort of thing. You know what? Just go in from the top. So this is that line. I see that we're going to get a little bit of a mess. I'll just mop up. Might be good to get that hydrogen out of that zone. And if all goes well, I'll finally be getting natural gas. That's the limiting thing for here from cooking some more advanced food. If I do this, let me think. This go down, this go up. It's one gas bridge there, and one gas bridge up. Put this across like that. And there's no need to have that there. Okay, so now that that tile is created, I can design that thing to go fully across. Oh, there's the natural gas on the way. It's getting up to that T right there. I've got that backwards. That should be going down. And first piece of sleet wheat on this level. Whoops. I definitely want to make sure this is connected, though. Trying to avoid eggs going through stables. So maybe I do this, but also that at the same time. Yeah, that's good enough for now. I think I see something funny happening here. This is active. Does the green signal enable? That's the input. Okay, that's fine. Do I have one of these wrong? Got a critter sensor right there. Blow 9. Okay, copy that right there. Oh, 9. What? It'd be blow 8, right? Okay, we've got errors all over the place. There we go. Oh my goodness, how long was that going on? Okay, so we should clearly have 8, 8, and 8, and as we do, this should be disabled, and we should stop wasting our time wrangling in here. Ho ho ho! Look at this! Look at... Okay, this, I should have all the ingredients now. Oh, of course I haven't made frost buns. I have to be careful. Because I still want to plant down here, but the dupes aren't picking that up. So that should be fine, right? These two dupes can take care of that. How much... Oh, I can actually see it in this guy. In this guy. So we need this to create barbecue meat while we're doing that. But we also need frost buns. Do I click forever? I think that's fine, because if that's all I'm intending to get for sleet wheat, and no one's going to touch this, just to be absolutely... There's the sleet wheat. Yeah, let's be... Oh. Cleaner. Yeah, I understand the problem. They're picking that up. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's prevent... I think we have to lock this because we have ropers, right? And I'm pretty certain they can't get through there, but just to be absolutely certain, we'll build that. So this is a pip-only thing. If I need to restock these pips... Oh, and I might. Their health is not great. Alright, let's throw a couple pips in first. Let's put in our pumps. It may be hot up here, so why not make this out of steel? One here, one here. They will need some power. This guy's already got power, fantastic. I have no idea how much we're going to draw from a liftoff, so how about we just experiment with putting some in this little container and see what happens with that. So the idea is... I will cross that, I will cross that. We'll get 2 pumps running. Those pumps are going to send carbon dioxide into there, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, this auto sweeper is designed perfectly for this system, but I forgot it backs onto this guy, which is just going nuts right now. Let's destroy this. Oh, you're wrangling a pip to take them down to the sleet wheat area. Okay. Let's get this thing destroyed. If I were to create a tile... Actually, would the airflow tile work and block that? We'll find out, I guess. Otherwise, that egg has just been... It's gonna crack one of these times. Smash, no. Let's have a look here. I have this tile. Can we go through airflow? We cannot. And finally, that egg, poor egg, is finally at rest. Speaking of which, since this is going to be the first time of having this type, let's bring that down here to be incubated. So I should see just natural gas in there. So that way, yeah, here is the rocket. The rocket is providing us with a mix of hydrogen and natural gas due to a mistake, but it's being handled right there. Any excess is going in that location. Let's see if those pips have been dropped off. I've got number pips in here. We can move. Nope, we are still on. Oh, you guys are probably in the way, but I want to be very careful. Body temperature, yeah, we're probably going to be fine. This is a little high-ish risk, but I think we can just do that. At the same time, let's lock this so that nobody can touch our sleet wheat that you guys are working with. So just so that any pips don't come in here and grab these very dangerous plants, we're just going to lock them behind a door. Okay, what are these ones called again? Sporchid, I believe. Sporchid. Oh, hold on. What's it? SP. Oh, there we are. Do store everything here in very high priority. Actually, let's do like the highest. Just before one of these pips decide they want to go in this room. It's all up to you, River. So now that this door is locked, I think we can finally give the orders to make frost buns. So I should see the auto sweeper populating this. Cook should be creating that, and then we can make some frost burgers after we've got some buns. We've got some lettuce in here, probably quite a bit of lettuce. Actually, I just hover over this, right? 300,000 calories of that. We've got 115,000 calories of barbecue meat. That has kind of been hovering around that area and going almost down. I had 200,000 a little bit earlier. I've been nervous about these stables. That's why I went over and experiment with two alternate sources of meat. We've got these little slickers. We also have this guy here. I see that the fluid water is filled up. I think we'll just leave that alone for now. Are you ready for a fun experiment? We're going to take this rocket up to get a rover. And just see what we can collect in terms of carbon dioxide with two pumps. One right here, one right there. Okay, let's probably heat fuse the best. But right now we got a vacuum right here. We've got some carbon dioxide, some pumping is happening. Let's just have a look down here. It's just in the grams. Kilograms right there. Oh, down here we're about 4. So these guys are sending that down. While they're doing that, let me click on this guy, deploy rover down. So now we're actually recovering some of the carbon dioxide that we're using to power these rovers. That top pump is still going. That's so cool. Now this one... Oh, maybe I should... Yeah, I did that wrong. I probably could have gotten a little bit more if I had done this. But anyways, that's still going. The rocket is back, and this thing is still collecting carbon dioxide. How much so far? 25 kilograms and a little bit more. Okay, so that little change already. Let's just make sure we don't go in this crazy circle. Okay, so does that get both now that gets both pumps going. That's cool. That is so cool. Alright, there's probably some tweaking to do with that. Let's just go here to make sure everything is happy. I'm thinking that this is a frost bun that's being cooked. We are loaded with sleet wheat. We also have some meat in there as well. What are you making? That looked like a frost bun and went directly in here. So now we've got natural gas, we've got barbecue, we've got lettuce, a frost bun. And I should see someone over here. So chef is doing that. Appropriate, I think, that we get Baker over here at some point. Been trying to figure out, well, why Baker would not go in here so they can get to this spot. They're standing idle. And then I realized, oh, I skilled scrub them at some point and give them their skills. This gives them a little bit of a demand, so we'll see how they make it with this. I may be skill scrubbing them yet. Let's give them grilling hat. Once they run down here. Oh, apparently they're going somewhere else.
found out where they were going. They just want to celebrate their new skills. Let's see this, Baker. Yes, you've got frost buttons now. I see that. We're all excited. What is this machine? Right, so as Baker is doing some of this, we've got natural gas in on the way. And we should get our first frost bun. No, frost burger. Wait for it, wait for it. There it is. This auto sweeper's picking it up. Putting it over here. How many calories does a single piece? Baker's already on to the next piece. Let's see what's going through this little thing. So there it is. Frost burger. 6,000 calories. So that's going to feed 3 dupes just by itself. Do I have enough? This could be, this could go terribly wrong if I don't have enough resources to continue this, because I'm thinking of telling the dupes they can't eat barbecue meat. I don't think I'll do quite that. I won't tell them they can't eat it. I'll just simply put the frost burger in the fridge. But I'm going to have to watch this. I think this is making me nervous enough that I'm going to at least put some barbecue meat in this one for the time being. Just in case. Because if we run out of natural gas, sleet wheat, or anything, we could run into issues. But someone is going to get the first piece of that for dinner. I think that's going to lead to an explosion, or increase anyways, to meat. Or calories. That being the case, probably going to think about bringing on a new dupe soon. What did we get on total in this one? 68 kilograms. I'm not sure how much this whole thing stores 100, and we got 68 back? What? Wait, and these guys are still running. Though they're probably just picking up minuscule amounts. It probably makes sense. The power consumption would not be great. So I'm going to put something here that there's probably more to this than this, but for version 1 of this system, I'm going to put a sensor there and tell them basically if the gas is not thick, don't run. But I'm super excited about this setup. So this should really enhance the amount of calories that we get, allowing me to get more dupes so I don't have to rely on rovers as much, which will be really, 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 really nice. Scientist is on break, or Cleaner and Scientist. Cleaner is so excited about this new food. So they're chewing this down. Getting tickled toesies sitting there on the carpet tile. But let's just have a look. Notice they took some damage. But let's just have a look at what we get from eating this new food. Scientist is over doing the same thing. Fast forward while they're chewing for a little bit. They're talking about all the farming leading to this great food. Oh, they're not happy. Okay, all right. We've got smell the flowers. Status. Okay, there's the benefit there. Soul food decreases stress by 15%. The dupes here are frankly depressed, so that's going to help quite a bit. I think we also have one other thing, don't we? Pleasant chit chat. Radiation resistant aquatic diet. Yeah, so radiation plus 20% to that. So the dupes are both sensitive to stress and radiation. So this food is going to help with that. Plus, every time we cook stuff, we get more calories. So I'm expecting the same amount of meat is going to lead to much more calories. Woo, okay. I think I'm ready to call it a day, but yeah, let's just check on a couple of things before I go. So I notice things don't go awry in the morning. That is still running fine. Do we still have our sleet wheat for these guys? We do. I'll just knock one of these over. Let's just check the general health. A little low over here. But I might want to put another electrolyzer in. Temperature range. Let's make sure we don't have a leak. This is looking good. What is the temperature? We're above 105. So hold on. I'm just curious. Molten 3%. And because their temperature is above 100, I think that's going to increase over time. I do not see any eggs. They have not produced any eggs, though. But, okay, we'll keep looking into that. I should... Ooh. Probably don't need to keep that there. Alright, well, hopefully I'll see you next time, where I keep expanding this base, trying out new things. Till then.